Welcome back to the glorious Northwest for the second part of the 40th anniversary Topaz Donegal International Rally. And it's not just the scenery that has been spectacular in this outdoor activity centre. The tortuous ribbons of tarmac through the hills present a special challenge in the longest rally in the Irish Tarmac Championship, and at half distance the world-renowned tests like Knockalla and Malin Head are still to come. Ireland takes us back to Donegal for the completion of round number 4 of Ireland's Premier Rallying Series, and the fans, including Finnish world rallying legend Marco Alan, have been impressed with what they've seen to date. Tim McNulty opened day 1 with the fastest time, then lost the lead for 2 stages, but was back at the head of the field by the end of the day. Alistair Fisher gloriously led for 2 stages in his M Sport Fiesta Super 2000. Killarney winner Dara O'Riordan climbed to 3rd by the halfway mark. But Circuit of Ireland winner Derek McGarrity was forced out by stage 10. And Irish Tarmac Championship leader Kevin Barrett moved up to 4th spot. Fisher led the Group N category, but Donna Kelly was ahead of the traditional production machines until he slid wide on the second Saturday stage, and there had been high drama. Philip Morrow lost over a minute when he attacked a bank on the Glen stage, but after a superb fight back, he shot back up to 2nd in Group N when Donna retired. And Gary Jennings had a similar recovery after he lost over a minute with a power steering failure on Atlantic Drive.
Middle of a flat crest, 300.
However, by midway, a highly motivated Tim McNulty had a 1 minute 8 second advantage. Alistair Fisher was keeping the pressure on and delighting the fans in the high-revving Fiesta.
The Saturday afternoon menu lists the awesome Knockalla mountain climb, which heads skyward from Port Salon. This is Donegal's Turini, and it must be done twice. It's fast, scary, and the stage above all others which carries the greatest kudos. Tim McNulty's a little cautious here in the prelude to Knockalla. Gary Gort losing a few seconds. The leader is making some adjustments before the fearsome Knockalla stage.
Change of plan?
Well, just a few changes in the suspension there. Didn't work too well in the last stage, so just a couple of changes. See, can we get it back here on Knockalla?
Now it's time to build up the bravery. Added to those suspension adjustments, Tim has chosen a slightly harder rear tyre, and those rain showers are holding off for now. It proves to be a good decision as he's fastest on the stage. The twisty Gary Gort stage seems to suit Alistair Fisher and the nimble Fiesta. He's 2nd fastest, but 6 seconds faster than Tim.
We've been trying fast at the minute, but I'm still pleased with the way things are going. Can't really complain. Tim's going quite hard, and so is Dara.
He launches into Knockalla and rounds the famous hairpin in spectacular style. It's an incredible run over the big test in a Super 2000, which runs out of breath on the fast sections. 3rd fastest, just 3 seconds down on Tim. Fastest man on Gary Gort, however, is Dara O'Riordan, and he's also 2nd fastest to Tim on Knockalla. Indeed, the Cork man has now closed the gap to Alistair to 29 seconds, and he's much happier with his Subaru. Barrett has had a big moment over a jump on Gary Gort, but he seems secure for now in 4th, 1 minute 39 seconds behind O'Riordan. He's raising his game this year with that championship goal in his sights. Philip Morrow, now 5th and leading the Turbo Group Ends, pulls a further 12 seconds ahead on Gary Gort. And you can't say his chief rival Gary Jennings isn't trying hard.
For unseen fast 4 right. Unseen fast 4 now. Keir ahead, 100 past the junction.
Gary is a minute behind Philip as he heads towards his first run over Knockalla.
Flat 2 left in, 100 narrows past the tractors for fast 4 left at the pole. Fast 4 left here at the pole.
From two gentlemen that were in dire trouble at the beginning of this rally, you're now doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's all looking good. It just shows you it's a long rally and it's still not over yet. We're just past halfway, so if we get through today, tomorrow's it's all still to play for. But because we've got this far in the rally, things start to break in these Group N cars, and that's what I think me and Gary's both waiting on something happening.
So Gary, are you closing in on him, or is the gap remaining constant?
No, he's like a galloping horse. He's just getting away every time. But if we can keep the gap within a puncture distance or something like that, as Philip says, these cars are very vulnerable after 2 days of rallying. So tomorrow, if we get through to tomorrow, it's going to be a very testing day on these Group N cars.
Philip starts the much revised Knockalla stage, which has a very demanding and tight new inland section this year, and he sets a very good Group N time. Gary Jennings must keep in touch with Philip's similar Mitsubishi Evo, and he flicks the heavy Lancer around the hairpin.
As
you can see from inside, he's on a full attack and takes 1 second back here.
Flat left, Max.
Seamus Heron, now just 10 seconds behind Gary, is all revved up in his WRC Corolla, the type of car which Eugene Donnelly used to win Donegal a few years back. Alan Ring is next up, the Killarney driver heading Group N in the Tarmac Championship. Dennis Biggerstaff, having a troublesome return, is over 3 minutes back in 9th. But Scott McElhinney is 10th and leading the Citroen Trophy runners. There seem to be happy faces everywhere in this happy land on the Topaz Donegal International.
As we move forwards towards the end of the day, Graham Colfer ends it in 15th place. Donegal crew Trevor and Kenny Bustard are in 14th. With fellow Donegal crew Gary Cooney and Rory McBride just 9 seconds ahead. Northwestern car leader Pat Kirk is a further 7 seconds in front in 12th. And Cork's Kieran Daly is now 11th and second in the Citroen Racing Trophy. But Scott McElhinney is the dominant R2 runner this weekend in 10th. Dennis Biggerstaff has taken the family Impreza back from his son for this weekend. He's struggling in 9th. And Alan Ring is struggling to get stopped here. The Munster man rounds the day off in 8th place as he starts to get the feel for the Donegal stages.
It's a big learning curve. It's our first time up here. Happy enough. We had a very good run yesterday through Glynn. This morning weren't thrilled with those stages. This evening was nice. Knockalla the first time was very good. Second time we gave away a bit of time. We're probably a bit too cautious, obviously. Philip was very close at the end. But still a good rally, tough rally, very enjoyable overall.
Seamus Heron and Jerry McVeigh are keeping it clean and tidy in 7th, as the final runs over Carrigore to Knockalla have been made more treacherous with heavy rain showers.
80.
And Gary Jennings finds out how slippery on Knockalla. Despite that small delay, Gary is fastest of the conventional Group N runners.
We were fastest in them last 3 years, so that's fantastic. Yeah, we've worked with the car now and we've got it drivable. So yeah, no, it's good, but we're having a great battle with Philip Morrow, so it leaves it exciting. The car feels fantastic, we lost a lot of time, and so did Philip, so we'll both come back up to the field together. So it'll be a good battle tomorrow. I actually know tomorrow's stages because they're always the first stages of the rally, and I've done them before, so I'll be going for it in the morning to see how it goes, but he's within puncture distance, so we'll have to go at him.
Philip Morrow now has a 51-second advantage over Gary, with 1 day's rallying still to come.
those last two stages there. We went on a conservative tyre. They're just safe option really, and I think he got 9 on us in those two stages. But I think we're still a 51-second lead, which is brilliant going into the last stage.
Kevin Barrett is secure in 4th, but suddenly he's close to 3rd place Dara O'Riordan. The court driver has fallen foul of this slippery junction and cannot restart the Subaru. The time loss is so bad that Kevin actually catches and passes it on the stage.
It was a lot wetter and just spun then on the stage and wedged it between the ditch and just couldn't get out of it then and made it worse. But a bit of a disaster. I've lost a minute more maybe, and I don't know what we lost, but it was a lot and it felt like an hour, but I think a minute and a half, something like that.
That allows Alistair Fisher to reclaim 2nd, and he's a fraction of a second faster than Tim and Gary Gort. But not surprisingly, 8 seconds slower on Knockalla.
Yeah, the last two stages were quite crazy, especially Knockalla. It was wet for the last sort of half the stage, so very busy in this car. Because the brakes are so good, it's quite easy to sort of get caught out braking late in the wet, and you don't really want to be doing that. So.
Tim McNulty will end the day with a 1 minute 14 second cushion, and like everyone, he's finding tyre choice critical.
Now we went down the cut slick what we started yesterday morning with. I mean, in the showers, parts of Knockalla there and the tight stuff is shiny tyre, so there's nothing going to work in there anyway, you know, so it's all about your judgment and stuff. So worked well. I got the judgment right this time, so hopefully now we can keep that going in the morning, you know.
It's all still to play for on the 40th anniversary event as we head for day 3 on the Inishowen Peninsula after the break.
Can't get any further north on this island than Inishowen. That's where the Day 3 drama will be played out in the Topaz Donegal International Rally. First there are 6 country stages, including the mighty Malin Test, and then a grand finale with 2 runs through the streets of Buncrana. Even the 00 car does a whoopsie on the slippery surface. Now it's nerves time for Tim McNulty and Paul Kiley. They're fastest on the first stage of the day, but Tim desperately wants his first Donegal win. He must be cautious.
Sweeping, turn square right cuts. 400. Gosh,